Quick tip, those of y'all that are short on space, don't mount your grinder to the bench. Mount it up here. This is just scrap. It doesn't have to be 5/4. It can be a 2x4 or 2x6, whatever. It doesn't have to be 2x4. It's just stuff that I had. A couple decking screws, right on down in there. So then I got 3 or 4 in there. Then I've got some long decking screws here with some washers. Bolted it right down. There's a little edge right where it's supposed to, like you normally would on a bench. Now I can quickly mount that, dismount it from the bench vise. Got a little plug right there. So pick it up and I can throw it on the shelf, gets it out of the way. Handy as can be. Now the problem is when you're grinding, you make a mess. This right here is the best thing I've done for grinding chains. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of grinding chains. I'd rather file them, but reality is you're gonna find rocks. People gonna bring you a saw and it needs to be ground. Excuse me. This is just a piece of 3/4 plywood. It's my bench top fender washer, 1.25" sheetrock screws. I've got 1, 2, 3. It's a leftover box somebody sent me. I think it's a medium flat rate box. Cut it apart, trim the edges, a little bit of tape in here. And what that does is it contains all of my grinding mung from going to the rest of my bench. Keeps it all right there. Right, last thing I do, got a little shot vac right there. That's a great little, I think it's 2 gallon or whatever. It's the $25 one from Lowe's. I'll come over here, vacuum all this up, vacuum that up. Then it lives on that shelf right there. 3 screws come out here, here, and here. They go up to that magnetic tray. They're right there where I need them. Quick and dirty. File chains or grind chains and not make a mess. Save space. The other thing I like, I'm a little over 6 foot tall. This puts the grinder up at a height that I can work with. It's hard to tell it, but this puts this stand, this is a Sylvie square grinder, that's about my shoulder height. That's really a nice height because you get to look at the working corner right here as you're working in the tooth. This grinder could actually come up another 10-12 inches, but at this height right here I can do a 42-inch loop, 41-inch, whatever you want to call it, and it just barely clears the concrete down there, which is nice because then those long loops aren't hitting the floor and making a mess, and it works really well. And the other thing that does is by doing all of this, you get the extra height of your bench top. You keep the chain from being right here on the edge of the wood. It's out here clear. I'll throw one up so you can see. You know, it's, well, there you go. I mean, that's an 84 driver loop, and it's still got a long ways down to the floor. So, anyways, quick tip. You don't have a lot of space. Make the most of it. Don't dedicate it strictly to a grinder. Make it movable. Make that vise work. Have a good one.